Welcome guys, it's Valk here, and let's talk about some top tips for beginners in Overwatch. My first tip for beginners, and probably one of the most important, is to become familiar with the heroes in the game. At this point in time, there are 21 heroes and 4 different classes. Spend some time playing with each hero, become familiar with their abilities, get a feel for which heroes work together, and that way you can build and become a very strong team member. Being a team-based game, team composition in Overwatch is highly important. Each team is suggested to have a sniper, tank, damage dealer, and a healer. Since there are 6 players on each team, this means you can have multiple of each classes. What we need to understand is that a good team composition can make or break a game you'll play. If you don't have a healer, you'll find that your team will die a lot. Compositions are not limited to one kind. While it's recommended to fill all of the gaps, some teams can run double tanks, double healers. My tip would be to regularly look at the other team's composition and see what suits your lineup the best to counter them. You may end up with a team full of Winstons or a team full of Reapers, just because this is what suits your team the best to try and win the game. A great team is based on communication. Without being aware where the enemies are, your team can be flawed, especially if one of your members had already seen them. If you haven't already, purchase a headset which you can use in-game to chat and let other members know where you last sighted the enemy or what is going on. A quick update on your hero status, letting others know that your ultimate is ready to combine, can be very effective. Even if it's a quick, "Shit, he's at spawn," can change the coming events. Every hero in Overwatch has a counter, someone in which they are weaker against. This is something you need to take advantage of. A couple of examples are Reaper is very effective using his Hellfire shotguns taking down tanks at close range, and Widowmaker against Pharah. I'm going to be making videos on heroes and which are their counters pretty soon, but this is something to keep in mind, especially that you can change your hero at any time when you're in the spawn room. It's very tempting in a situation to focus the big badass tank guys like Reinhardt and Roadhog, but you must not forget that the healer can be a bigger threat than you think. The healer is pumping life juice right into the enemies, and for example Mercy can resurrect the whole team, giving them a second chance, and Zenyatta can use his Transcendence, which heals at 100 heals per second, which is the same as standing in the spawn room. Make sure that you focus the healers to give you a better chance at eliminating the enemy team. Health packs can be found over the maps you play on. There are large packs worth 250 heals and small worth 75. It's highly recommended that you become familiar with the locations of the health packs so that you will know which will be the closest one if you need to seek heals during combat. Each map has more than one way to access the objective, with the small exception of Temple of Anubis Attack, in which you only have one route through the arch to the objective A. Other maps have creative ways you can get behind the enemy for the element of surprise. You can use custom game to enter into maps on your own to spend time looking for new routes you can use during games. I also have a full video called Sneaky and Alternate Map Routes, which you can learn some of these from me. FOV stands for Field of View. It basically means how much you can see in your peripheral vision. By default, this is set to 80, but I highly recommend playing on 103, which is the maximum setting, so that you can see more around you. You can change the FOV on the video tab under settings. Custom FOV settings have been around for a long time. A lot of pro players use a higher FOV just so that they can have the advantage and that they can see as much as the game will allow them to see so that they don't miss anything. If you're a beginner at Overwatch and you feel like this guide has helped you, make sure to drop a comment and a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe as well for more Overwatch content.